Today's date is March 9, 2025. This is Luciana Spracher representing the City of Savannah's Municipal Archives. I am interviewing members of the Savannah Chinese Heritage Group for the Savannah Community Memory Project, and we are conducting this interview in the home of Xunhua Mao. All right, thank you for joining us today. So I'm going to start by having you each tell us your full name and spell it for us, and we'll start with you.
Good afternoon, my name is Xunhua Mo.
Okay, you want to spell that for us?
Xunhuamo.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Zhongze Wang, Zhongze, last name Wang, but everybody calls me Waikoda because it's pretty hard for Americans to pronounce Zhongze.
Great.
My name is Weisheng Yang, Weisheng.
Great, thank you.
Welcome.
So I'm going to ask you each to tell us a little bit about yourself and how you came to be in Savannah, and we'll kind of take each one individually. So let's start over on the left here. Tell us when and where you were born and a little bit about your parents, their names and what they did for a living.
Sure. I was born on May 29th, 1971. That's during the middle of a Cultural Revolution in China. My father was an assistant professor and my mother was an engineer. Because of this weird situation, I was sent to my grandma in Jiangsu province and grew up over there. I joined my parents when I was 6 in Hunan, in the middle of China. I completed my elementary and middle school in Hunan and then went to Shanghai for my college, and then I stayed there working for 3 years before I came to the States to pursue my PhD in South Carolina at Clemson University. I stayed at Clemson for about 10 years for my PhD and afterwards postdoc work. And then I came to Savannah in 2010 to work for a chemical company called Johnson Matthey as a scientist. So that's how I came to Savannah.
Okay. Well, you jumped ahead in some of my questions. So, Waikoda, why don't you tell us when and where you were born, tell us a little bit about your parents and your childhood, and take us all the way to when you got to Savannah.
Okay, yeah, I was also born in 1971 in Taiyuan City, the capital city of Shanxi province, which is in northern part of China. It's about 300 miles southwest of Beijing. My father's hometown is actually Beijing. My father is an engineer. My mother is an elementary school teacher, and she teaches mathematics. So I got all my elementary school, middle school, high school education at my hometown. And then I went to Lanzhou University in northwestern part of China. It's on the Silk Road. If you heard about like Belt and Road Initiative, it's along that road. And then after that graduation, I went to Beijing Normal University, got my master's degree. In those days, it was kind of hard for young women to get a job because of our weird childbearing years, right? So I wouldn't see that because of that discrimination, but that's part of the reason. So I ended up applying for university in the United States, and I got it. So I came to Toledo, Ohio. So I got another master's degree at the University of Toledo, and I also worked at the TMCOG, Toledo Metropolitan Area Council of Governments. So I worked as a transportation planner over there for 1.5 years. And then later, I decided to apply for H-1B visa, working visa. And at Toledo, the cost of living is pretty low. So that's why you don't pay you enough money. So according to the American standards, the prevailing wage in Toledo is not enough for me to even get an H-1B visa. So I have to apply for another job. And so the Metropolitan Planning Commission over here, they were advertising, so I applied for that. So at least on the paper, I got enough money to apply for H-1B. So that's how I ended up here. So I have been here since 2001, November 2001. So I have been here for more than 23 years.
Okay. And how about you?
Yeah. I was born in 1967 in a small village, south side of China. The province is Jiangxi province. My parents, my father was a elementary school teacher whole life. My mom worked home, raised 7 children. Wow, that's one of the best mom in the world. Yeah. Now, after that, I went to college in Hebei, in Hebei, Anhui province. Now, I tried to get a PhD degree, so I come to this country. It's the University of State University of New York at Albany, which is SUNY Albany. I studied 4 years, get a PhD in math and master's degree in statistics. Now after that, I took a teaching job. SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, gave me the offer. So I suppose Savannah is really beautiful. During the interview, during the night actually, I walked through the whole downtown area. I said, wow, I would like to call Savannah my home. So I did from then, I think that's 2002, about 23 years ago, that I stayed in Savannah all the time. That's really beautiful town for me. The weather here is very similar to my hometown. So when I stay here, I feel very comfortable. Yeah, and I like the community. The working pace is pretty slow, like that. Yeah. The people here are pretty nice. Yeah, that's good.
So you all still have family in China then?
Yes.
Parents, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you go back to visit?
Yes, I go back every year because my parents they're pretty old age, so.
Yeah, I used to go back. I try to go back every year, but now both my parents have passed away, and I haven't been back since COVID. And my mom actually passed away during the COVID, so I wasn't able to just to go and visit her, and this is still a pain. Yeah.
Are you able to go back?
Not that frequently. My plan is every 3 years I will go back to meet my family members in China. But after COVID-19, I have some family crisis. I got to stay here in America and go back to China. But I plan to go back maybe this summer. Yeah.
So what Chinese dialect do you all speak? Or is that, maybe that's not the right term?
We all speak a Mandarin, but may have accent from, like for me, I have accent from South.
Yeah, I speak Taiyuan dialect. I can read and yeah, just to say jokes. Yeah. With my language, it's kind of it's not very. It is a very very comic tone. So basically,
Me, I typically, when for the couple many years, I speak the standard language of China, it's a Mandarin. But for the local, my hometown is in a small village, in a mountain area, because in the old years the traffic is not good. Now, so basically, if you live in different village, your accent will be different. Or maybe different county, but it's totally different. So this one time I was very young, maybe 12 years old. I tried. That's the only the first chance I went to the county office location. Now I meet other people. I cannot hear. I don't understand what they are talking about. So we are encouraged to speak Mandarins for the whole country, so that you can communicate. Yeah, the only way if you speak Mandarins, the only way you can get that's the best way. If you speak a local language, maybe 20 miles away, you cannot answer what they are talking about.
yeah, we have thousands of dialects in China, and then even the people in the same province, you probably cannot even understand each other.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we're going to talk about the Savannah Chinese Heritage Group. Did you all know each other before that group formed, or did you meet because of that group?
Yes, we know each other before that.
Just shortly. We probably We officially started this group 2018, and we started a kind of like a social media group like 2017.
Yeah.
We have a WeChat.
Yeah, it's called
Yeah,
WeChat,
group, yeah.
and so we got to know each other through this WeChat. Just probably like 1 year before we can form this group.
So, for someone who's not familiar with WeChat, what is WeChat? Is that like a...
WeChat is a social media platform, and it's pretty powerful. So I would say it's like a
It's like a Facebook,
So, yeah.
but
Twitter,
different. So,
everything combined, PayPal, everything combined.
so most people are in the group similar to like Facebook groups, but it has more functionalities. And you could use WeChat to go shopping, call other people, and you can also like publish posts.
Yeah, and pay bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who, do you know who started this particular WeChat?
It's kind of me and several of my Chinese colleagues in my company. The reason we started this, we have to go back to like 2016. I was kind of like invited to a big WeChat group. It's called UCA, United Chinese. I don't know exactly. UCA, United Chinese Association. So they try to like connect people over the United States to form some kind of island. And then that's how I got to know the president, Mr. Xu. And actually, the reason he tried to reach out to me is because he knew in Savannah used to be very active in Chinese like events. There's a old Chinese group you may have heard. It's called Chinese.
中华公社.
I think I have the name there.
Chinese
Benevolent Association. It's called
Chinese Benevolent?
Yeah, benevolent.
Yeah.
Benevolent. And he's in Washington D.C. and he knew this group. Actually, I did not know. He asked me if I could connect him with the leaders of this group, and then we just found out. Okay, this group actually stopped like activities.
Yeah, older generation. So many of them died. So they basically got disbanded. Get dissolved.
And then actually he suggested, okay, why don't you guys start some sort of like a group? And so we start initially about like 5 or 6 people, and then all of a sudden, because everybody's using WeChat, we grew to like more than 100 and then 200. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for clarification, this older group called the Chinese Benevolent Association, which had been active, but the older generation had died out, so that group was inactive. So this national group, this United Chinese Association out of DC, then reached out to you, and that's how this new group was formed, the Chinese Heritage Association. Okay.
Originally, the idea is that if we could have some kind of like a subgroup for this UCA, and later on we found out probably not to do that, to be more independent. Because UCA is also very dependent, and it's a grassroots group, and also their policies and also their activities a little bit different from what we are trying to at this stage.
Okay.
So we still see whether we want to join a larger like national Chinese association or not. Honestly, right now I don't think there's one like very active and very powerful.
Yeah, we decided not to be like non-profit or official organization. We were just trying to have a group of people or a lot of people just to have a lot of fun, basically, and also teach the younger generation some Chinese culture, because many of them, they probably, Chinese is not their natural language, even if their parents speak Chinese at home. But we were trying to teach them. So we hold events like Spring Festival Gala or Mid-Autumn Festival. So we teach them, during this festival, what kind of food you eat, what kind of activities you have. So that was our original purpose, actually, just to pass down like culture. Yes.
Okay.
Not just part to so try to see how we can do the best because of the lesson of like last generation. The old Chinese group have been very active. You see like people in DC know them, and they lasted for decades. But somehow they sold their house. They used to have a house.
Yes.
And then they sold the house. They just like it's all like they die out. They did not pass to next generations. So this is the question we are keeping like asking ourselves: how can we like pass like our heritage to next generations?
Yeah, and we also involve the young children when we design the logo and also our flag. So the younger generation, they actually made the design. It's like dragon, and then we ordered the fabric, and then I think last time I went home, so I actually carried that all the way back from China. Yeah, the big flag. So you want to really involve the younger generation.
They take ownership.
Take ownership. Yeah.
So this is something we want to do like differently from like previous groups. So we want to like to share the heritage and focus more on the youth development.
Okay. I was going to ask you about the flag. So talk a little bit about what's in the flag.
Do we have the flag over here?
Flag maker. We discussed quite some time to do this flag. First one, we want to be like inclusive. That's why we have a background of blue and red. Blue red can be a lot of things. Could be sky and the earth. Could be different parties. Could be China. Could be United States. So they contract, but they can be together. We also have a dragon there because dragon is a symbol like for Chinese heritage, and we have a river there, which means Savannah river. And then so we asked the kids to design. We have several versions. The first one was designed by a sixth grader. Yeah, she drew a kind of like cartoon dragon, and then another lady's daughter. Yeah, she's a like art major in college, and she took over, and then she put some plum flowers there because plum flower is also a symbol from China. So that's why we have this like a dragon, like lying down, relaxing dragon. It's not aggressive dragon. So it's like a dragon watching the Savannah River. So.
Talk a little bit about, you mentioned that maybe there were like 5 people at the very beginning. Who were the other people involved?
Mostly just my colleagues. We have a few Chinese colleagues. So because we don't know a lot of like Chinese over here. And then so we just like start, and one is still working there. Another one already left. So, and it grew very quickly. So.
I just want to make sure if there's any names that should be remembered, that we make sure we have those recorded.
No, that we do not consider as a start of this Chinese heritage group. As I mentioned, in 2018, Mr. Shi from UCA visited Savannah, and that's the time we consider the start of this heritage group. And then that's the time we found the previous president of the previous Chinese group. So that's the first time, like old Chinese group leaders or members like joined us.
Okay. And so, who was the name of that president of that previous group?
His name is I think you want to interview him. He knows a lot of history about the previous Chinese group. His name is Qi Weisheng. I can pass his information to you.
That'd be great. So talk about some of the important traditions and customs that you've mentioned a few that you're trying to pass on to the younger generations, or you mentioned the Spring Festival. Do we want to pause?
Yeah, please. Okay. I think.
Okay, so we've added somebody into our group. So if you will tell us your full name and how you spell it.
Yulianty Kusuma.
Okay.
Spell Yulianty. Last name is Kusuma.
Okay, and can you tell us when and where you were born?
I was born in Indonesia, October 2nd, 73.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about your parents and your family, and then your journey, your background, how you got to be in Savannah.
So I had my medical training back in Indonesia. I came here to pursue a career in the medical field. And my parents still live in Indonesia at that time. So I came here and took some tests to get licensing in here. And when I was applying for residency programs in some states in the United States, I actually fortunately was accepted with Memorial Hospital in Savannah. So that's how I come to Savannah.
What year did you move?
That was the year 2005. Yes.
Okay, so we were talking about the Savannah Chinese Heritage Group, and I think we left off, we were talking about some of your activities and some of the traditions that you were trying to make sure were preserved and passed on to the next generation. So let's pick up there, and what are some of the specific celebrations and traditions and culture that you're trying to pass on to the younger generation?
I think the first thing we started is to let the younger generation understand what their parents or ancestors do or contributed to the society. So we did a tour to the Taipei, there's a shop by Mr. Chu about 100 years ago. Yeah, we did a tour over there, and we also let them to understand. Okay, when the parents came in here, when when the first Chinese arrived in Savannah, things like that. And then we did this mooncake workshop. I think that's the
Mid-Autumn Festival.
Involve a lot of kids, from 3 to 20 years old, and then we do this also a singing group, and also I think then we did this Spring Festival celebration every year, and during the celebration, we try to let the kids to involved in decoration, organization. Some during the Moon Festival, they start joining also photos, and then we had this dragon dance since 2020. We got a dragon left by a Chinese teacher. I don't recall, for some kind of exchange program. She went back to China, and then she got a dragon there. So we had this dragon, and at first we did not know how to play it at all. So and then one person from North China, he knew a little bit. So that's the first time we have this dragon debut during our Chinese New Year. So basically just the kids holding it and do probably 1 or 2 movements. That's it. and then that's during the COVID. So after COVID, the good thing is all the schools, they start those kind of activities. So Savannah Arts, they had this international festival. That's how my daughter started the dragon dance team in Savannah Arts. So basically, it's all the kids. They learned from YouTube. They taught themselves. They try to recruit members. It's challenging to find 10 Chinese kids in Savannah Arts. That's her daughter also got involved. So we have second generation Chinese kids from their parents from mainland China, parents from Taiwan, parents from Indonesia, Malaysia, and we have kids, they were adopted from China. And then it's very interesting. We got this very diverse team, and then it's great for them to have this team, and then they kind of get together, and then they start to dig in. So what does the dragon dance mean? Actually, I did not know that either. They found out, and they told us. And why the Chinese do this dragon dance? Okay, that's kind of worship. I did not know that. Even yeah, I was from China. Yeah, they did a great job. I was amazed by what they could do, and yeah, and they taught themselves like how to do like tricks and how to do these patterns.
So the dragon dance team is almost their own little youth
Yes.
group of doing their own thing.
Yeah, they're doing the thing, and then yeah, we also try to help. Yeah, we try to give them the costume, and I was very impressed. One girl of some of us, yeah, she was adopted from China. Yeah, she barely had any connection with China, and she put on a cheap like traditional dress for the first time to do this dragon dance. And after performance, she said, okay, if she could keep it, because it's like that's the first time she could have this costume from like her original country. So I thought, oh, that's great. Oh yeah, please do it. So yeah, this that is great. And then oh yeah, I guess I'm so amazed. Okay, they passed this dragon to the like younger team after the. So my daughter was a junior member, and then the senior. Like 3 senior students graduated, and then they crewed more people there. And my daughter with 2 other students graduated, and then they passed it to the So I think they are going to pass it to they're going to have the 3rd captain. So yeah, this is really great. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, like how little thing we do, but actually turned out to just they could like pass on.
Yeah, we also train, I wouldn't say train, but we teach like children during which festival, like Spring Festival, eat Zhongze, right, dumpling. And during the Dragon Boat Festival, you eat Zhongze. And during the Mid-Autumn Festival, you eat mooncake. So even teaching that is kind of interesting. And also I remember at one of those like Mid-Autumn Festival celebrations, we were asking the children to just like recite one sentence from a poem that has the association with the moon. So I mean, a lot of them actually was kind of food. So I was very surprised. So some parents actually teaching the children the poems, because we have more than 3,000 years of history of poems. So they were able to actually recite like 水之盘中餐 So they were able to recite those, which is very, very interesting. So it's just a kind of you know which festival you eat what. And associated with this and that, so they learn all of that.
Also try to do like children's songs into like children play. Actually, Professor Yang's always there. We do like very simple ones, and we do like kids pretend to be a tiger or even tiger, and then kids pretend to be like a rabbits. So they know okay which year is this year, and they know where legacy. Yeah, it's fun, and kids love it, and kids been doing that for years. Kids always be like an evil guy.
So this is the dragon, that is the snake. So what is the associated stories and the tales? Fairy tales associated with it. So they learn all of that.
Yeah, what I extremely hope is we can pass some beautiful things to the next generation with the language, clothes, food, or maybe music, dance, like that. At this moment, we have 2 kind of dance. One is the dragon dance, and another one is the lion dance. In the past, during the Spring Festival, the lion dance is very beautiful. So I hope we can pass all those beautiful things to the next generation.
You've also been doing work out in the community as well.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I think that's one thing we decided to have when we started this. We want to like engage people to like pay back to community, to help this community, because this is our community as well, and our children call this community their home, their hometown. So for the first Spring Festival, we asked each person to bring 2 cans of food so we could donate. That's our like the first event to have the community, and later on people say, okay, it's too heavy to bring food, so we decided to use like the money we collect, the left money we collected during the event, just like to buy food for the Savannah old mission. Old mission. That's the second one. And later on, I think we probably just try to do more cultural engagement. So during AAPI month, we donate the books written by Asian authors to a library. I think the first year we donated more than so we donated 39 copies, and second year I don't recall. And then we also donated the book to the Jackson County, the
library, public library. Yeah.
Also the school.
Yeah.
Where they have this language. What I don't recall the program. So the kids from China or adopted kids, they are trying to improve their English. Still while keep their Chinese heritage. So we're doing some books with bilingual like English and language over there. And also we were invited to go to the like a kindergarten, to show them how Chinese celebrate Spring Festival. And then we went to school during APM month to showcase how to do balls like bombs. And also
like mooncake.
Mooncake. So
as well.
It was fun actually.
We also I think during COVID there were a lot of like hatred across the country towards the Asians. We actually invited the policeman to give us a lecture, and then we actually bought lunch for the policeman, the Savannah Police Department.
And they donated some mask for the police who patrol.
We donated the mask.
We donated 3,000 masks. For the
first responders, Zhongze State Patrol.
Zhongze State Patrol, and and then we work with Savannah Police Department. We had this like a Zoom meeting. To have to see how we could better help each other because I think about more than 30% of first generation Chinese immigrants have some difficulties in English. So they were even afraid to call 911 because they didn't know if the people could understand their questions, do they understand their needs.
Yeah.
So we had this meeting with police department, which went pretty well.
Okay, good. Well, that might take me into my next question. And maybe coming out of the pandemic, do you find that the Chinese community is welcomed and encouraged in the larger Savannah community?
Yes. There's no big challenge. At least for me, there's no big challenge. So it's still looks like they're still friendly and feel welcome. So I have not any trouble.
I don't have any trouble because I was interviewed by the TV station for the AAPI month. They were asking me the same question because we actually didn't experience like some kind of discrimination as like New Yorkers, right? We actually, Savannah is actually pretty good in that respect.
As my professional, no, I have not.
At the schools, I heard a few cases. The kids may say like China virus, things like that. But I think the teachers and generally speaking, the administration, they are pretty firm to against all the discriminations.
Okay.
So Savannah feels really nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really welcome.
I don't know whether it's true, but I just think it's probably because we are Black majority. Because if you have experienced discrimination, you don't want to put that on other people, right? So that's what I think. Because we have such a diverse community over here, they just you want to treat people the way that you want to be treated, right? You want to treat people like
perfectly.
So.
Do you see any unique challenges or opportunities for Savannah's Chinese community?
I think for challenges, of course, the language. For us, maybe not that challenging, but I know a lot of people working in like restaurants. They do have challenging, because we don't have for the governments, they do not issue like a Chinese announcement and like that. So that's why, for this WeChat group, one of the functions of this group is to pass all the information and translate in Chinese or remind other people, especially during the emergencies like hurricane, especially hurricanes. Opportunities. Actually, I see more restaurants Chinese restaurants in the area. That's probably our opportunity because Savannah is growing and also this like a tourist city. So I think they do need the people.
So the challenge is my field is some of them have trouble with getting a healthcare coverage, or if they have it, they don't know how to differentiate between what is deductible, what is they cover, what's the premium. Those kind of confusing with them because they depend on their co-worker or people that they know. It's like, what did you get? You have this online, and try to purchase a health coverage is kind of be a challenge for them still.
It's a language problem plus not familiar with the system. Say after this hurricane, some people they got their house damaged. They don't know how to claim this damage or get help from government.
In my area, because I teach in SCAD, we have some new students come to SCAD almost every year. Now, the challenge is again this language, and maybe they don't know how the committee work it out. So I think that's a big challenge for them. SCAD has some help for them, but as a community, we can just serve them better. Okay, that's what I'm doing.
One thing I learned that it's good that Savannah provide for foreigners born with different language is they have 12, I think English as a second language classes with Savannah State, and that was free of charge. So that is really good of the community to offer help so then people can learn how to speak better English.
But I think it's not free unless you're a permanent resident or citizen.
Okay.
I believe Savannah
State,
it's
Savannah State. Some people they look up.
Okay, because my mom took the classes.
And then the opportunities wise, I would say, because during our 2050 Metropolitan Transportation Plan update, we actually translated our survey into Chinese, because we are required to do, that's the federal law, so we have to translate that into the limited English proficiency required languages in our areas: Spanish, Chinese, Vietnamese. So probably Korean will be on the list. So we translated that survey, and then we actually published the survey at the WeChat, and then we actually got 9. If I remember, it's 9 or 16 people actually responded, because people, if you don't have bike lanes, or if you have not accessible sidewalks, people have those complaints, but they don't know how. So now we give them this opportunity because it's translated and they can just do it in Chinese, so they understand that language. So we actually got some good input just based on that, so that we know where to make improvements. So I think that's kind of opportunity that they provide us.
So you were required to do Chinese because of our population numbers then for the Chinese community?
The federal, because of the Title VI, the Title VI requirements is that we have to translate our vital documents into the languages that pass the threshold. So it's based on a 4-factor analysis. It's called limited English proficiency. So it's like basically people probably like your mom who doesn't speak English well. But it's like either 1,000 people who doesn't speak English well, or 5% of the total population. So in our areas for language that passed it. So Spanish, we got like more than 5,000 people who don't speak English well. And also it's more than 5% actually, I think. Chinese is like 1,000 right there. Vietnamese about like 1,000 right there. Korean because of Hyundai. So we're gonna have more, but we haven't got the latest census for the Korean yet.
So Chinese wasn't a percentage; it was about 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Because my question was if we knew the percentage of population.
Yeah, we know. We know.
But
We actually have the census data. I can send you that data later.
that'd be great.
Yeah, we do have that
I
information.
think this requirement is no longer there
Well, because
it's a new administration.
because of this new administration.
And then in the next census,
but people still need that service. I mean, especially like the the Spanish-speaking population, they live close to like Garden City, and they still take on like a bus. So all the bus routes, the schedule has to be translated into Spanish.
So what are your hopes for the Chinese community or for your group as it continues to grow? What do you hope for the future?
Okay, well, as I hope in the community we have fun each other. They just enjoy the food, the clothes, the music, whatever. That's the first thing I hope you can enjoy. Second one is I hope we can create more connects between different part of the community. They show them say that we have so much beautiful things. That's what I hope.
So the reason at the beginning how we connect to each other is I had my own small Chinese New Year because of my late dad. So my dad and my mom had to move here because of I tried to pursue career here. So it took away their family, friends, and their culture here. So they ended up having in a small community, which is only me, my husband, and all people that near us. So I felt wanted to make them happy. You know, I felt like obligated, not obligated. It's just like I wanted to bring them back the culture that we had all the time every year there. So I started the small party I had, and then it grew, and finally I met Miss Xunhua. So those are the things that I think I wish it will continue to grow because of this connection we make it a little bit bigger and then more known, more announced in Savannah, so people can also enjoy it. So we started with a small community. We spread the kindness, and I hope that kindness spread more and more and more, which is gonna be the whole Savannah, and also bring out other culture like the Filipino, the Indonesian, the Chinese, all the Asian culture, and then now we can have probably Korean, hopefully, right? So then, because of that connection, I think it will.
We also have a connection for like Americans as well. So this year during our film festival, we have like a band, like American band that joined us. So this is really something.
So becoming multicultural.
Yes.
Yeah.
With introducing our culture, but it's also embracing other culture in.
Yeah, we want to promote understanding because I don't want to fight the United States on the China side, and I don't want to fight China on the United States side. So we really want to promote understanding because people are people everywhere. So they want better life.
Yeah.
So everywhere would be the same. So I invited my coworkers to join the Spring Festival Gala, and they all enjoyed it. And so by the end of the day, everybody has a red lantern hand in their office. And then we also like after we got the DeepSeek, I wrote DeepSeek poems for each of my planners. So bike planner, resilience planner, they all loved it. So they print them out and then put them on the wall. And then they see that and they say, oh yeah, they can appreciate this is from technology from China, but can benefit everybody. Technology from United States that can benefit everybody. So you don't differentiate that. So I really don't want them just have this. So try to be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I think I agree with them all, and then I hope we can grow, we can continue, and all kids can pick up. Yeah, actually, it's great. Our kids, her daughter came back, my son came back during our stay. This actually was a rare thing for other Chinese families. A lot of kids, for maybe part of their kids are too far away, so they do not come back for a traditional festivals. So that's my hope. Okay, probably in 5-10 years, our kids can pick up. Okay, they will be the host, and we just support.
Yeah, it's the same thing like your Christmas. People coming in for that event, and Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. So this is our Chinese New Year. Is all family gather together. Yeah.
Great. Those were all the questions I have. Is there anything else that any of you want to share or add?
We
Yeah,
have-
thank you.
You have all good questions.
And we are glad that we are part of the Savannah culture and Savannah history.
Oh, of course. Like you said, everybody is a part of it. Like we're all part of this large tapestry, and I think it's really important to recognize all those threads that make that tapestry. So I want to thank you all for participating and sharing your stories.
Well, thank you.
Thank
for
you.
your time.
Thank you.